kid from Curacao who beat a woman because he believed she was a witch. A kid selling drugs at a drive-through window of a burger joint.
Great. You want fries with that Coke?
2 kids tossing rats into cars in traffic. And a custody fight over a blue-tongued skink.
I don't want to know what that is.
It's a lizard. The woman claims it's possessed by her dead son's spirit. Now the neighbors come over to pet it and to look for lotto numbers on the skin.
Am I the only one who can hear civilization screeching to a halt?
No, I hear it.
So jammed up. Judge Gray.
Judge Crumble.
Do you know Judge Novak?
Well, yes, hi. This is my CSO,
Bruce Van Exel.
Mr. Van Exel.
Well, I'm glad we ran into you, Judge Gray. I was just talking to Barry about the members' dinner for the Connecticut Coalition for Judicial Reform. Will you and your CSO be attending?
I can't make it.
Amy? We could use more judges from family and juvenile.
No, I will go. I've already missed the last 2.
Great. Want me to drive?
Oh, we're going together?
Well, I live near you.
You know where I live? Yes, of course you do.
So I'll pick you up tomorrow night. What, 7?
7 sounds great.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Van Exel.
Judge Crumble, Judge Novak.
Did he just ask me out?
Doesn't make enough lava to scare the dinosaurs.
Oh, no. I don't think you should add any more baking soda.
If I'm gonna win the science fair, it has to look real.
Well, you got this fiery meteor closing in on them. I think it looks great.
Amy, please call the Census Bureau and tell them they're off by 1.
Why?
Because I'm going to kill Kyle. He begged me to set up a breakfast meeting for him at a halfway house. I called him. I paged. I'm working on a Celtic curse.
What made you think he'd be here just because he said he would?
It's becoming clear that on the McCarty family tree, Kyle constitutes the sap. Oh, finally.
Do we miss him?
Who?
Kyle. Well, you said he was coming by. I thought maybe he could take a look at Ned.
Yes, Ned has a common cold, but why remain calm when we can panic?
Maybe Ned has bubonic plague or botulism.
Lauren, where have you heard of those?
Chanel's exhibit is on diseases of the world.
Well, while you're all in such a good mood, I thought you might like to know I've joined the Polar Bear Club. We're jumping in the Hockenham River Saturday morning.
You'll catch your death of cold.
You might as well tangle with pneumonia.
When I hit that water, I'll feel more alive than I've ever felt before.
Wouldn't you also get that feeling from hitting yourself in the head with a hammer?
Or changing a diaper.
All right, I'm tired of waiting on the curse. I'm going to go and murder my nephew in person.
Okay, bye, Mom. Have a good time.
Bye, Mom. So, Amy, you want to do it too?
Jump in freezing cold water? No.
Carpe diem? Suck the marrow from life?
No.
Take some time to think about it if you need to.
Okay. No.
As a high school principal, the safety of my students is my top priority. So when Jamie Sturdivant tells another student, you're on my Columbine list, I am compelled to take action.
Even though my client was not at school at the time and made the remark as a joke.
Your Honor, we have a zero-tolerance policy when it comes to weapons and violence. We don't allow for jokes.
Was the defendant's statement the sole cause for your complaint?
No, there were several disturbing issues. We found drawings of Nazi swastikas in his notebook.
Weren't those sketches part of a report he was doing on the Holocaust?
Yes, but there was more. When police went to the defendant's home, they found a shotgun in one of the closets.
Did my client not explain that the shotgun belonged to his father, a licensed hunter,
I have to consider the cumulative effect of evidence. When assigned to do a one-act play on the problems facing schools today, he focused on school violence.
Is he wrong?
No. Of course, violence is a problem, but put yourself in my shoes. Swastikas, shotguns, a play about violence, and a remark about Columbine. What if I ignore the signs and something terrible happens?
Isn't that really what this is all about, Miss Darnell? Making sure your liability is covered if something terrible happens.
I am concerned for the safety of the student body and faculty.
I have no more questions, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Darnell.
Welcome to Teen Harbor. How may I help or assist you?
I'm looking for Kyle McCarty.
What do you want him for?
Ow! Ow! It's personal.
And you would be...
I would be opening that gate if I were you.
Excuse me?
Open it.
You don't have to get hostile.
No, I don't, but it saves so much time.
Maxine, what are you... Oh, my God, the halfway house thing.
Exactly.
I totally forgot. This kid has a job interview and needed me to coach him.
It's bad enough you stood me up, but I had to make excuses for you to a very cranky halfway house administrator.
They tend to start out cranky. I apologize. I got wrapped up in this.
I could set up another meeting. Hey! I know that boy. Hey! Open this stupid gate.
You mean Mal? What's the matter?
Miss Humphreys, I see on your mail log your kids had fish sticks on Monday. But when I cross-check your grocery receipts, there's no record of you buying any.
Well, I didn't falsify it. My mother brought dinner over. What's the big deal?
The big deal is Judge Gray wants to know exactly what your children are eating.
Well, they're eating good. What do I have to do to prove that I'm sorry?
You look tired.
No, really? 3 kids and 2 jobs, and I look tired?
You're not hungover, are you?
Oh, man, you people do not let up, do you?
Miss Humphreys, it's my job to make sure your children don't end up locked in the basement for 3 days.
It's back when I was drinking.
Exactly.
I'm just tired. That's all.
This is your 3rd term in front of Judge Gray. Though I can't speak for her, I say it's your last chance to hang on to your children.
I'm aware of my history, Mr. Van Exel. How could I not be? You remind me every 5 minutes. I want my children too much to start drinking again.
Then I'll see you back here on Friday.
Dr. Byers, you administered the psychological assessment of the defendant, didn't you?
Yes. Jamie Sturdivant is of average intelligence, personable, somewhat quiet and unassuming, with a select few friends.
Is there anything in his past that might indicate a capacity for violence?
He was involved in a couple of fistfights in school, and he was also suspended for vandalizing a rival school.
Did you administer a thematic apperception test on Mr. Sturdivant?
Yes, I did. Projective testing indicates a level of frustration and anger beyond that expected for a male his age.
Thank you, Dr. Byers.
Mr. Lamoureux?
When were these fistfights in school?
One was in the 5th grade, one was in the 7th.
But Mr. Sturdivant is in 9th grade now. 2 fights that long ago hardly make him a hooligan.
Well, I was asked if he had the capacity for violence. Fistfights at any age verify the capacity.
And this vandalism. Wasn't Mr. Sturtevant one of several students suspended for what turned out to be a prank during homecoming week?
Again, I have to make an interpretation that is based on behavior.
Dr. Byers, can you say with any degree of certainty that Mr. Sturtevant is a threat to his classmates?
He fits the profile of a student who might act out violently in school.
So do thousands of others who never resort to violence. Isn't that true?
Well, I think thousands is misleading.
Dr. Byer, if Mr. Sturtevant is a ticking bomb, he's ticking very quietly, isn't he?
It's not the ticking that concerns me, Mr. Lamoureux. It's the explosion, which, believe me, will come. A bomb doesn't want to keep time. You see, a bomb wants to explode.
Dr. Byers, tone it down.
Well, that's not my job, Your Honor. I'm afraid that's yours. My job is to warn people to the very best of my ability.
I suppose we should consider ourselves warned.
In my opinion, absolutely.
Hello?
So what time you want to do that, yo? All right, cool. Cool, yeah, we can meet about that time. Right. Uh-huh. All right, man, I'll holler.
Can you tell me where I might find Eric Black?
Who?
Mouse.
Yeah, I can. For $1.
How about this, hairdo? You tell me where he is, and I won't throw your bony ass out that window.
Try the vending machines.
Thank you so much.
I'm Brian Whitaker, program director. What seems to be the problem?
There's no problem. I'm looking for a boy named Eric Black. His street name is Mouse.
May I ask what your business is?
Yes, I'm Maxine Gray with the Department of Children and Families. He's run away from his foster home, and I'd like to find out why.
Well, I can certainly tell him that you were here. Whether or not he'd like to speak to you is up to him. I'm sure you can find your way out.
Mr. Whitaker, I'm very concerned Eric is living on the street.
I appreciate that. The Teen Harbor is an outreach program whose success depends on the kids' willingness to trust us. If I were to take you to Mouse, it would seem to those kids like he was being busted. Frankly, most of them come here to get away from that.
Would it help to know that I'm Kyle McCarty's aunt?
No. And I would appreciate it if you'd leave.
Mr. Whitaker, I see children making out. I see children sleeping. They need more than just a place to hang around.
Teen Harbor is a privately funded, nonprofit organization. DCF has no jurisdiction here. And with all due respect, if DCF did its job, places like this wouldn't need to exist. Now, if you leave me your name and number, I'll be happy to let Mouse know that you'd like to speak to him.
I can't see how letting a boy live on the street can do anyone any good at all.
If you're not coming to the banquet because you're seeing Andrea, you can always invite her to come along.
I was going to see Andrea, but I had to postpone. One of our neglect case mothers has me worried, so I'm going to stake her out.
Don't you have people to do that?
Yes, me.
So you canceled your second date. It's a very bad sign, my friend.
She understood.
Okay.
Olivia Humphrey's back in court Friday. I have to know if she's drinking again.
I said okay.
What would you do?
I would invite Andrea to come along.
The freezer deaf in a parked car?
She'll say no, but at least you'll know you're not blowing her off.
Well, if she says yes.
Then she's either hot for you or dangerously psychotic.
On my luck, it'll be both.
Oh, Kyle! The most amazing thing happened. I won a ticket to Rob Zombie tomorrow night.
Rob Zombie? Wow.
At a grocery store raffle. Isn't that incredible?
I suppose in some perversely hideous way it is. Why do we have truffles and water chestnuts, no actual edible food?
I only have one problem, and I hate to ask you, but I would forever be in your debt if you would do this for me.
I think I feel a note coming on.
Could you babysit Ariadne?
Yep, there it is now.
Mrs. LaRusso's out of town, and I've asked everybody else, and it's Rob Zombie, Kyle. You're my last chance.
I'm sorry. Where is the peanut butter?
In the freezer. Vincent used to babysit Ariadne all the time.
Vincent is a very good man.
He just loved Ariadne, and so would you, if you just spend some time with her.
It's not a good idea for me to be around babies. I'm an addict.
Her father's a murderer. It's an improvement.
Donna, if you ask me to do something and I'm not free to decline without guilt, we have a relationship based on fear and obligation.
Well, okay.
Is that what you want?
No, but it's Rob Zombie!
Donna, I'm sorry. Even if I would, I can't. I'm up to my ears in work and 12 steps. I'm going out to get something to eat.
What about being of service?
Not on that step yet.
I will bet a dime.
Kick a nickel.
Are you paying attention? I didn't take any cards. That means I probably have at least a straight. Most of poker is paying attention to what the other guy does.
Make it a dime.
All right. It's your money.
Full house. Aces over jacks. Thanks for coming out.
Your daughter is scamming me again. I would never have taught her how to play poker if I'd known she was going to get this good at it.
You didn't teach me. Kyle did.
Oh, really?
Well, he taught me how to play good.
Well, what do you think? You look fine. Of course, you look fine in the other 3 outfits, too.
Well, I don't know what I'm getting into, so I don't know what to wear.
What did he say exactly?
He said exactly. It would be good to have more judges from juvenile and family.
That's not a date.
But he's picking me up.
That could be a date, and he's establishing feasible deniability if things don't go well.
Well, if it's not a date, then I'm free to mingle. If it is a date, I'm not. You know what to do.
Why doesn't Mom answer the door?
Because entrance is everything.
Hey!
It's Kyle!
Maxine, can I talk to you for a minute?
You don't have to ring the bell. You know your family.
I'll let you be the judge of that after we talk.
Honey, go upstairs and tell your mother that it's not her date, or whatever he is. Tell her she can hold off on the grand entrance.
Brian said he had a little run-in with you. He said you marched through Teen Harbor like a stormtrooper and threatened to throw some kid out a window.
Oh, I probably wouldn't have done that.
We work really hard to create an atmosphere where street kids feel comfortable there. And a government agent scowling and flashing a badge makes that comfort level go way down.
Who said I was scowling?
I've seen you when you're upset. You scowl.
I don't think I was scowling.
Whatever. The point is, if you want to talk to somebody at Teen Harbor, let me handle it. I've only been there a couple of weeks. At least let me get some seniority before you come in like some gunslinger in a saloon.
Hey, you guys. Can you guys argue somewhere else? Barry's gonna be here any minute.
Old game of politics, huh? Trying to impress a big shot judge?
No.
So it's a romantic thing?
Don't even try and figure it out, Kyle. That boy I saw the other day that you called Mouse.
Yeah?
His name is Eric Black. He's run away from his foster home. I would like to talk to him.
Fine, I'll dig him up. Are we square on this?
Yes.
Good. I'll call you. Amy, whatever it is you're up to, you look nice.
Nice. I better change.
If you're going to all this trouble, let's just officially declare the thing a date. Let's go. It's your deal.
Yes, it's under Van Exel for 2. Okay, great, thank you. I pushed her reservation back 2 hours.
You want some more coffee?
I would like to pour this on my feet right now. They're freezing.
I'm sorry. Oh. You want to get under this?
Wait a minute, you've had this the whole time? Why didn't you say something?
I thought you would think I was trying to get you under a blanket. There you go, here.
Thank you.
Right.
No, you too. Get under.
Thank you.
See? Just show a girl a few amenities on a stakeout and you get rewards.
Have a Powerball we can split.
Oh, no. I'm not ruining the steak and lobster you're buying me after we know you're alcoholic.
Steak and lobster.
Yeah.
Sounds expensive.
The justice system it's almost like Dickens' time. Except in his day, they hung everybody.
I'll give you an example. Since lawyers can't be hypothetical in court, they love to be hypothetical at dinner.
A kid kills his abusive old man the day before his 16th birthday. Gets counseling. Everyone weeps for him. Exact same kid kills his abusive old man the day after his 16th birthday. He gets the chair. Now, is that fair?
Me?
Well, you are the resident expert.
Well, I think that if he kills 2 abusive fathers in 2 days, this family has real problems.
There's no serious answer to that question. That doesn't make my point.
Well, I don't like to pontificate on the justice system over chocolate cake.
I believe it's gateau mousse.
It's a fair question, Aaron.
I'm not sure it is a fair question. Not the way you put it, I mean.
Oh, seeking refuge in semantics. I do that in court when I need to stall for time.
The beauty of juvenile court, Mr. Hackett, is that each case is judged on its own merit, unconstrained by precedent or mandatory sentencing the way adult court is. It may be a little bit more complicated than what you're used to. And you can dress it up any way you want, but I know chocolate cake when I see it.
Sylvia, why don't you and I start an affair immediately?
I'd like to, Barry. Really, I would, except that I'm currently married to Bill. You dating anyone?
Free as a bird.
Hey guys, have any of you seen Mouse?
Stays with some dude.
Does this dude have a name?
I think Mouse calls him Daddy. Probably shoot hoops at the rec center on Hawthorne.
Day 226, the surviving crew, cold and hungry, stoically faced a terrible resolve. That night they would feed off of human flesh.
You want to split that Powerball?
I want all of that Powerball.
How about half? And I promise we leave in 10 minutes.
Okay, but I only hope half is enough to stave off delirium.
Okay, fine. Any other complaints?
My hands are freezing.
Give them to me.
What are you going to do with them?
Just give them to me. There she is.
You know, it's sob story after sob story of kids who not only deserve a second chance, but a third, a fourth, a fifth, a 20th ad infinitum. A juvenile court will never live up to its rehabilitative promise, and the lower standard of due process is no longer acceptable by most people.
Phil, why are you monopolizing Judge Gray? Gordon here is a journalist. Why don't you pick on him?
Thank you.
I'm trying to learn something, Barry. You can't learn anything from journalists.
You know what I'd like to discuss?
It's not like judges are ever held to task.
He doesn't care what you want to discuss. He doesn't care what anyone thinks. He just keeps talking and talking, pretending to be asking questions, when really, in fact, he's just holding forth. Look, I have tried to be polite as you've ruined my dinner because I'm here as a guest of Barry's, which means, by the way, that you should have shut down this loudmouth a long time ago.
Oh.
Would you care for this dance?
Not really.
Oh, please. I'm not a deadhead. Don't make me go out there and dance alone.
Church stonewall the skins. Down to the final buzzer. Pivots lead. Score! Nice shot. Okay. Time to hit the showers. Get something to eat.
Hey, Mouse. I need to talk to you for a second.
Who's that?
Guy from Teen Harbor.
I don't like you hanging out at that place.
Maybe you could take your shower alone and let Eric and I talk.
I'll wait.
Guess you would. Who's this guy to you?
A friend.
What's his name?
Dante. Dante Markham. He lets me crash at his place. Look, what do you want?
Not me. Maxine Gray. You know her?
Sure. She was nice to me.
She just found out you bolted from foster care. She's concerned.
Well, tell her I'm fine.
If you know anything about Maxine Gray, you know that's not gonna fly.
When?
Now.
All right, let me grab a shower.
All right. Excuse me, sir? Go ahead. I don't think you really need a shower.
Oh, I think I do. What are you doing?
Memorizing your face to go with your name, Dante Markham. Dante Markham. I'm not likely to forget that.
What's your problem, man?
Do you know how old that boy is? Do you know the age of consent in this state? Because those two numbers, they don't add up, Mr. Dante Markham. I gotta tell you, I'm standing right here, and even though you have a very definite smell, I really don't think you need a shower.
Kid knows where to find me.
Yeah. So do I.
Same as you. I'm on a date.
I'm not on a date. I'm here finding you in a bar surrounded by alcohol.
I told you my kids mean too much to me to be drinking.
everything was okay for a while, until Debbie tried to get me interested in... you know.
Debbie is another foster child in the family?
No, their real daughter. Really cheerleader type. When I told her I wasn't interested, she figured it out and told everyone else.
Then that's when you left.
I don't have to put up with that anymore. I can make it on my own now.
You're 16 years old. You know exactly what Mr. Dante Markham wants in return.
I can handle him.
Sure, until he's standing over your bed in the middle of the night.
Eric, why didn't you come to me?
What could you do?
Find you another foster placement? Arrange early entrance into an independent living program? Bring you to my house?
You said that was against the rules.
It's also against the rules to run away from your foster family and move in with a sexual predator. It would only be until we found you a better situation.
Bonus? No one at Maxine's house is going to force you to take showers.
Who decides if the situation is better?
You do.
Okay. Deal.
Oh, dear.
Stop kidding.
Kyle, I told your aunt this afternoon to stop hassling people here at Teen Harbor.
She came as my guest.
Well, you're here after closing time. The doors are locked at 10 o'clock, no exceptions. We'll talk about this in the morning.
Come on, Maxine, we'll go out the back.
It's all there.
Hey! Hey, man, come on, man! Let's get out of this book!
All right, that does it. That's it.
Maxine, what are you doing?
My name is Maxine Graham with the Department of Children and Families. I'd like to talk to the officer in charge, please.
Well, it was kind of a rocky, whatever it was we had.
Well, it wasn't a date, because on a date I'm very charming. I even flirt a little bit.
Are you flirting now?
You want me to flirt?
Maybe we could try pizza and a beer and a movie. See how that goes? Pretend this evening never happened.
Well, if we're going to see each other again, this evening better not have happened.
Good night. I'll go in.
It was a joke. I mean, everyone jokes about Columbine. If I joke about Custer's Last Stand, you guys gonna search my locker for arrows?
What about the swastikas?
They were for a report about the Holocaust. I mean, how do you do that story without talking about the Nazis?
What about the shotgun in your father's closet?
I don't even know where he kept it.
Tell me about the play you wrote.
Well, it was a school project. Just for marks. It's not like I believed any of it.
See? Anything else, Mr. Lamoureux?
No, Your Honor.
Just a minute, Mr. Sturtevant. Why did you write about the Holocaust?
We were supposed to write a report about World War II.
And why didn't you write about Midway Island or the Battle of the Bulge?
I don't know. I found the concentration camps interesting.
Interesting?
Yeah, just interesting. You know how the people
who were on top were suddenly the people that were being crushed. But they got the tables turned on them.
So the Holocaust is the story of revenge?
Yeah. It was just interesting. I mean, that's all.
Thank you. That's all.
Your Honor, is there more you need?
No. I will have my decision in an hour.
A police tape usually means stay out.
What are you doing here?
Looking for you.
Why?
I've felt the need to explain my actions.
Not to apologize?
Definitely not to apologize. Why are you picking that lock?
I want to get in. 2 things I learned in my drug days. No means yes, and closed means open.
Why do you want to get in?
Remember that kid I stood you up for the other morning? I'm trying to help him get a job. There are resumes, letters of reference. He still needs that stuff if he wants to change his life.
It's a good idea, you know, Teen Harbor.
It's a good idea, which you shut down.
Teenagers need discipline. They crave borders and structure. The way Teen Harbor was being run, they weren't getting any of that.
It's that simple, huh?
No, nothing is that simple, Kyle. Nothing is abstract or obtuse or fascinating or gray or worthy of literature. Teenagers are narcissistic, addiction is exciting, and responsibility is boring. You were enabling them.
Fine. You're right. This place had problems, but these kids, they're clinging to their last rung. You think shutting this place down was really the best option?
Dealing drugs, a place to hang out, a place to avoid the police, and your boss, what's his name?
Ryan Whitaker.
In complete denial. Yes, I believe shutting down Teen Harbor was my only option.
So some throwaway kid finally gets the nerve to reach out, and he shows up to find police tape and a lock. Now say that kid's name is Eric Black.
The world is a scary place these days. The mundane has become menacing. The ordinary has become ominous, and we demand zero tolerance because we feel vulnerable. A young man, not unlike so many others, is singled out as a threat, even though everything he's been charged with can be explained. Are we here because a nervous high school principal is overreacting? Or are we simply paranoid? Yet I am uneasy. Maybe it's because I know where my 6th grade track medal is in my house, and you claim not to have known there was a shotgun in the closet. Maybe it's because in the play you wrote, the hero murders the bullies who picked on him and gets the girl. Maybe it's because you find the Holocaust interesting as a cautionary tale for those on top. An example of vengeful justice. There's too much revenge swirling around you, and I think that does make you a threat. Therefore, the motion to transfer to criminal court is granted, and you will be held in custody pending trial.
Oh, come on, Ariadne. This jar was really hard to open, and it's your favorite. Strained spinach filled with the nutrients.
Hey, Donna. Isn't tonight Rob Zombie?
I couldn't get a babysitter. Oh, come on, Ariadne, down the hatch.
That really was your last chance, huh?
I never joke about Rob Zombie. Who's the adolescent?
Donna, this is Eric. Eric, this is Donna. Eric has been officially certified by the National Board of Babysitters.
Really?
No, he made that up. But, I've done plenty of babysitting before.
Thanks.
Hey, yum, yum, delicious. Come on. Yum.
What's that? Let me ask you something. Eric?
Oui.
You a murderer or anything?
No.
I'll vouch for that.
Congratulations, you got the job. I pay $7.50 an hour. I'll be back around midnight. You know, unless Rob beckons me backstage. Be good, Ariadne. Mama's gonna rock out with the sound boys.
What are you doing? The T-Rex's arm broke off. I'm waiting for the glue to dry. Am I argumentative?
Yes.
How can you say that? Okay. Is that a bad thing? I don't know. How do you not know?
Well, I've learned the value of not knowing. I take it your date went badly.
It wasn't a date. It was more like a business date. Except at the end.
What does that mean? A business date? That doesn't mean anything.
I'm not even sure how much I like him. He's so arrogant and so Republican.
Your father was a Republican.
He was not.
Mm-hmm.
He was? How did that work?
We didn't discuss politics.
What did you discuss?
Everything else. And then there'd come the time of day when we both stopped talking.
Mother.
Oh, Amy. Hey, I just want to remind you, I'll pick you up 6 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Why?
For the polar bear swim.
Peter, I'm not going.
Eat something hearty. Or better yet, we'll go for pancakes. Stoke our furnaces.
I have no intention of participating in your midlife crisis ritual.
Here, smear this all over yourself. It'll keep your heart from stopping during that first mighty jolt.
I have no intention of smearing that anywhere.
Ooh, I gotta go. 6 a.m.
I'm not going. Peter, I'm not going.
6 a.m.
I'm not...
I think your bathing suit is down the basement.
You ever wonder what happened?
To what?
Just sitting around, minding their own business. Suddenly this meteor hits, or this volcano erupts, and poof. They never even saw it coming.
What if they had? I mean, there's no real advantage in seeing it coming, Amy. You just smear your body with grease and hope your heart doesn't stop.
Coming up next on TNT's Prime Time in the Daytime, Amy faces a tough decision on a mother's ability to care for her child. Don't miss the drama of Judging Amy, next on TNT.